This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's an Odyssey station. And if you haven't heard, Odyssey's got these cool apps, man. It is all about curating some music for you so that you can enjoy whatever you are doing. I mean, especially if it's the summer and it's gorgeous.
And you want to bang your head, because who doesn't want to bang their head in the summer? So you can listen to Masters of Metal. Or you just want to sit back, have a beer, and just chill and listen to some good Southern rock. We have a station for that as well, BJ.
We got lots of stations, Steve. That's the idea. Whatever your mood is, man, these Odyssey curated stations will be able to help you out. Also, you can listen to us on the Odyssey app. There's great podcasts. I mean, there's plenty more, man. All the audio that matters to you, Odyssey has it. AUDACY. Get the Odyssey app today.
Let's play B-Mix.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B-Mix, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Mix, you're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix.
What? Hey, that doesn't sound like the Rev.
No.
Look at me today. Are we so excited or what?
Pumped. We're pumped.
I feel like a new Kraken hockey player. Yes.
Wow. And it's a theme, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Sarah, did you watch the Kraken expansion draft with Pops?
Hell yeah, I watched it.
All right. I know you're a fan of, how certain people looked. So was there any players that struck your fancy for their skills?
No one really swooned me off my feet, but I think the number one looks-wise would be Yanni.
Oh, Yanni Gord.
Yanni Gord. Yeah,
Great name, too.
I know, right? I was like, okay, Yanni, I see you. And then, of course, Brandon, I want to party with.
Right. Yeah.
He just seems like a great guy. To get wild, of course.
Yeah. Lovely.
All right. Let's get to our contestant, shall we? Today we have Ryan from Des Moines. Ryan, are you there?
Yes, I am. What's up, guys?
Hey, Ryan.
All right, Steve, now get out. For those playing at home, Ryan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. How many strikes make up a perfect 10-pin bowling game?
12.
Yes. What poker hand comprises 3 of a kind and a pair?
That's a flush.
No.
Oh, full house.
Yes. What is a Moscow Mule typically garnished with?
Pass.
What planet has the shortest days?
Mercury.
No.
Venus?
No.
Oh, Mars.
No. What color is sadness in the animated movie Inside Out?
Yellow?
No.
Red.
No.
Blue?
Yes.
Good call.
What team did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat in the most recent Super Bowl?
Repeat the question.
What team did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat in the most recent Super Bowl?
Pass. I'm not hearing the question.
Ivory Coast is located on which continent?
Africa?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to give him just what team did the Bucks beat in the Super Bowl this year? Football.
Oh, man. Chiefs.
Yes.
I'll give it to him.
Should I give it to him?
He said he couldn't hear it. I don't care. Rev's not here, so he can't fight with me.
I'll be nicer than Rev is.
He can't fight with me, so,
Ryan, you got 5 correct.
Yeah, Rev, take that.
We
Rev,
just won't
screw
tell.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, we just won't tell him. Exactly.
Oh, I'll tell him. Just because he'll get pissed. It's the only reason I'm doing it. I'm hoping he's listening.
I'm a nicer game show host. Okay?
That's right. Besides, I feel like Steve's going to get all these anyway, so.
You're a better game show host.
Thank you.
Wow. I agree with what he said.
That's right.
He's a better game show host than Rev. She's
Ryan.
a better one. Dang.
You already win in my book, so
That's
I don't
right.
even know.
Steve, I'm playing my song. Playing my song.
Okay, Steve, are you ready?
I first want to give a quick shout out. Someone just texted, said, can you give me a shout out to me? I turned 45 this morning. Thanks, from Rattlehead in Bothell.
Nice.
Give it a shout.
I believe that's his
Happy
birth name, Rattlehead.
Wow. Hey, Rattlehead, happy 45, man. And that's a wonderful name, Rattlehead. RH.
Beautiful. All right, Steve, are you ready?
Ah, yeah. Release the Kraken.
How many strikes make up a perfect 10-pin bowling game?
11,
No.
12,
Yes. What poker hand comprises 3 of a kind and a pair?
flush,
No.
royal flush,
No.
Captain Winner,
How
No.
did you beat me at
What
Texas
is
Hold'em
a
ever?
Moscow Mule typically garnished with?
a line,
Yes. What planet has the shortest
a
days?
full house.
Oh, yeah,
Too
but
late.
way too
All right,
late.
but that's why I beat you. What was the question? Sorry.
What planet has the shortest days?
Venus.
No.
That would be Uranus, Sarah.
No.
Wow.
Jupiter?
Yes. What color is sadness in the animated movie Inside Out?
Red.
No.
Blue.
Yes. What team did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat in the most recent Super Bowl?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes. Ivory Coast is located on which continent?
That would be Africa.
Yes. What is 10% of 500?
50.
Wow, I'm impressed. Yes. Morgan, Arabian, and Mustang are all breeds of what animal?
Horse.
Yes. And Steve, you win with 8 correct.
Yes. How
Are
many
you
did he
still
get?
impressed, Sarah?
He got 5.
Yeah, 8-5. Sorry, Ryan.
Sorry, Ryan.
It's all good. Thanks,
Yeah, there
guys.
you go. And one of them was kind of a cheat because I let him get the question after the timer ran out because I wanted to get this off red. Didn't matter though. You couldn't stop Steve.
Nope. Doing it for the Kraken, baby.
Doing it for the Kraken.
And then you eventually got it, but what poker hand comprises 3 of a
Full
kind
house.
and a pair? Yes.
I couldn't think of the term, and I was just like brain farting.
Yeah.
You tried all the flesh, but no. it's
And
none
by
of
the way,
those.
Steve, get it right. You're doing it for the Krakens, okay?
The Krakens, that's
Gary
right.
Payton would be so upset with you. You don't know the team's name.
Congratulations, Steve, on beating Ryan.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's just so wild to think of like Gary Payton. I remember he used to have those wireless cell phone stores back in the day.
That's right. He was trying to make money
Payton
from
wireless. Yeah. It is cool as here. Yeah, did you get the idea, Steve, that they really were like, look, we're bringing all these guys up. I mean, especially with the basketball, it's just a matter of time. It's got to just be a matter of time. Basically, just saying, hey, NBA, you're going to do it right. You're going to correct this egregious mistake, aren't you?
I'd hope like the commissioner for the NBA and the rest of the crew there were watching that expansion. Somebody must have been, and just to see like the energy of that place was like enjoying their time at Gasworks Park. They were having a blast from the moment it started to the moment it finished. It was so much fun to watch. But when Gary Payton and Sean Kemp came out, there was a whole other level of energy.
Yeah.
Like those two just commanded that crowd. It was cool to see. And I would hope that if someone's in the NBA is like, look at that love right there. Like those guys are still legends in the Northwest.
And I don't know if they're going to rebroadcast it or if there's a way you can see it on demand, but Steve made a good point earlier. And even if you don't care about sports, Seattle looked like an amazing world-class city the way they broadcast the expansion draft for the Kraken on ESPN last night. And it was just tremendous. I've never seen the city look better with all the shots and everything they did and just the way they went and revealed all the names.
Mount Rainier, that was a cool way to do it with Mount Rainier. The Space Needle one was cool. cool. I mean,
Yeah, Space Needle looks amazing, by the way. I haven't been up there in a while because they've done the whole, I think they redid the glass bottom, like it's got the glass bottom now.
yes.
Yeah, so that's.
Dan, you've been up there.
Yeah, actually, just recently. It was really cool because, so where the restaurant used to be, you can actually go down there now and you don't have to have reservations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the whole glass bottom is. But then they have a section, it's a really narrow section where they have the restaurant still, too.
Huh.
And then the upper deck where it was normally the observation deck, that's just all glass panels. So there's no wires that are obstructing the view anymore.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get back up there. I haven't been there since all those new redesigns have been done. So I think, next time I got someone in town that wants to do the touristy thing, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, one of my buddy that came into town last week, they did the Space Needle, and they were just talking about how cool it was. But they were like, I thought there was a restaurant here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there definitely is. I didn't realize that things changed. And they're like, yeah, we were on both floors. There was no restaurant. We didn't see the restaurant. And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't been there. I assume they're not getting rid of the restaurant, so it's good to hear that the restaurant's still there.
And does it still twirl around?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird because I had never been in the rotating part before.
Oh, it's the best.
So, yeah, I was walking in, and that was Lily's favorite. If you ask her what her favorite thing in Seattle was, that was her default, was the Space Needle. And she's just I liked laying down because we took a picture where she laid down on the glass. So the whole city was underneath her. It was so cool.
That's a very cool pick.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, I got to get one like that.
You laying down like Lily?
Yeah, I have one laying down picture, and it's me with my head lying down on the sidewalk next to William Shatner's star in Hollywood, and I'm giving a Shatner face, I can't believe it. And so I feel like I would like another one. I only have one in my whole career. I'd like another laying down picture.
I don't know, but I feel like, how old's Lily again? 7?
Yes, 7.
A 7-year-old laying down in the Space Needle doesn't seem weird, but a man that's 60 laying down, the security might show up trying to help you, thinking that maybe you fell down and you can't get up.
All right, fair enough. I'm still going to do it.
Do it. I'll take the picture.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, there. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet shot. Danny's showing us a picture of it, and underneath her is the city of Seattle, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty wild.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that is really wild. So the city looked good yesterday, Steve. Mm-hmm. Looking darn good. Here's my question, though. And I don't understand, only because of the fact it's look, we're new to hockey here as far as getting hockey in town. And I know we have a lot of hockey fans and maybe a lot of folks that, had to pick another team for a while, obviously, and because we didn't have our own for a while. But boy, Gary Bettman, him getting booed right off the bat, I was so surprised because Seattle fans should have no problem with him because all he's done is help us get a team.
Dude.
He hasn't effed over any other part of our lives since we haven't been in the NHL.
Danny and I were talking about because he asked me, he's like, what's the story with all that? I'm like, it's just what they do. It's just you see it at the draft in the NFL as well. But in hockey, something at some point happened where a team had issues with the commissioner and booed him, of course, and kind of then picked up steam. And I could be completely wrong on how that, but it's just no matter what, it's whenever he shows up, people boo him, even though there's no reason to boo him. So, for instance, when Vegas did their things and the fans were booing him, why are you booing this guy? He helped you get a franchise. And now,
exactly.
Here with Seattle, it's we have no reason to dislike him. It's just what people do. So it's a copycat mentality. It's well, hockey fans boo the commissioner, so we have to boo him too. It's no, actually, Gary Bettman's done nothing bad for Seattle. In fact, he helped bring the team here.
I'm glad you said something.
It's booing the authority figure.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I understand the copycat mentality. And of course, his response was hey, the boos mean you guys love hockey. Right. He's just and I felt so bad for the dude because I felt man, he looks like he's visibly shaken by all this. But
I think he's just kind of an awkward talker. I don't think he probably he doesn't care. At this point, he's probably
I hope he doesn't care because, man, it sucks.
Wouldn't that be funny? You boo me, taking your team back. Show's over.
Dude, that would be a baller move. I would do that. That would be such a baller move
for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would. It's a good thing I'm not commissioner because I would have taken the damn team right back. It's over.
I like that he called the arena the climate change arena, though. That was funny.
Yeah.
It's I know he didn't mean to, but it came out instead of the climate pledge arena. He called it the climate change arena.
In a way, really, isn't that what they're saying? In a way, I suppose he's maybe he might have told the truth about it. We want you all to know about climate change, so we got an arena that says the climate pledge.
And thanks to the texters, that to remind me why it all started. It all started back in the day with the lockout. There was the fans had issues with the commissioner because of the lockout, which makes sense.
So
but again, here in Seattle has no.
So it's just a copycat thing where the lockouts are real deal. But how many years ago was that?
Forever ago, man.
Yeah. So it's like, so now you're basically just doing it, and it's so.
It's just a thing to do now.
Yeah, my brain hurt on that one. I was like, I felt bad. Like, it's so funny. Seattle, we've got a reputation for being a courteous city. I took that to be like, wow, that's very rude. That's not how we want to represent ourselves on TV.
No, it's just, I kind of rolled my eyes, but it's not the end of the world. I think he expected it. Like Roger Goodell expects it whenever he goes up on
Well, Roger Goodell's a piece of...
Well, in the eyes of some, that's how they feel about Gary Bettman. But Bettman, here in Seattle, obviously nothing bad has happened for us. But actually, all good things have happened thanks to the commissioner.
Exactly.
But
I
you
don't
just
mind
do
the
it.
Context.
But you just do it.
Yeah, I guess that means boos don't really mean a lot anymore, at least, as far as the commissioner goes. So if he does something really, really bad, what are we going to look like? We're like, well, we've already booed him. What's the next level to show him we're really pissed?
We throw tomatoes at him.
Oh, wow. All right. I mean, the old vaudevillian kind of style. I see what you're saying. Back in the old days, I don't like your act. Here's a tomato. All right. I'm all for it. Why not? Let's just do whatever we can to show our love. Hey, imagine this. Imagine looking outside of your home and seeing a naked woman swimming in your pool. Yeah, this happened to one guy. And you're going to hear from him at 7:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. See, this next story is pretty nice.
Oh, boy.
Because it involves a 69-year-old guy in Florida.
Oh, nice.
So this dude comes home from a doctor's appointment on Monday, and he found a random woman skinny dipping in his pool in the middle of the afternoon. She was 42 years old.
Dear Penthouse, I never thought this would happen to me.
I mean, really, I don't know what she looked like, but you'd be like, wow, hold on a second.
Here's her mugshot right there. I mean, honestly, I was expecting it was going to be a lot scarier.
Yeah. I mean,
very complimentary.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
just, she was there. She was just hanging out. Wow.
I'd still want her out of my pool, but I wouldn't be like, oh, you'd let her stay in the pool?
Yeah, you know what? She's not doing any harm.
She's got like a Stifler's mom look to her.
Yeah, exactly. The younger me would have definitely said, yeah, what's up?
I don't think I would mind so much, like, if the pool was outside, but it looks like it's one of those covered pools.
Oh.
Like, it looks like it kind of has, like, a weird greenhousey vibe looking around it. So I'm like, you're in my house.
Oh, okay. So you're not going for that.
So that's the breaking point.
Like, you're in my house.
Yeah.
Like, you're in my yard. I'm like, whatever. Just don't cause any issues. But if you're inside my house, that's when I have issues.
I'm with the dude. As an older guy, I'd be like, yeah, you get out of my place. But as a younger guy, I'd have been like, well, hello, Mrs. Robinson. Thank you for swimming in my pool.
Would you like to hold my pool noodle?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she's completely naked, hanging out in the pool, cooling off. He calls 911. The cops showed up, and she was like, no, I ain't leaving. That's when I'm like, all right, well, she said, that's the problem. Because eventually you'd want her to go, and if she's not willing to go when the cops show up, then there's some problems.
I heard the guy even offered her some clothes, and she's like, no, I'm not getting out of here. Just leave me alone. I want to keep swimming.
You know, honestly, if I lived in Florida and didn't have a pool, I'd probably be breaking into pools to skinny dip too.
Well, as kids, we used to, like, teens, and we would go around and pool hop, like, in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, you'd jump into people's pool. But it was more for the thrill because we had a pool.
Oh,
But it was like, it was exciting to do it in someone else's pool.
Yeah, we used to do that with hotels.
Yeah.
Just jump in and see if we can get into the hotel.
I feel like,
But we wouldn't do it naked. Like,
No.
Yeah. I just feel like 50 years ago, this would have been a completely different story. I just, I think we're a lot more afraid now because all she's doing is swimming in the pool. I just feel like this
she's
is
peeing in the pool, man. I'd be really upset about that.
And then next thing you know, you get like, what is it, a baby Ruth bar at the bottom of the pool?
I'm thinking more like Pretty Woman. I'm thinking this is like a Richard Gere, Julia Roberts kind of a situation, Maybe that's what I thought it could turn into, but no.
I'm thinking it could turn disastrous. Like, what if she drowns in the pool? I don't want no dead person in my pool. It's annoying enough to get, like, flies and leaves out of the pool. Now I gotta get a dead old woman in them? No.
Okay, man, that's dark. Wow. They did get her out of the pool, Steve. She didn't drown. She is facing charges for trespassing, resisting arrest, and she lives about 2 miles from where it happened. Here's Mr. 69-year-old dude talking about this.
We looked out and saw a person in the swimming pool with no clothes on, so we called the sheriffs. They were kind of like, what? Can you describe it? And even when the first sheriff deputy came, it was like, I didn't remember having a call like that. We got 4 police cars here, and you'd think something terrible happened, but a free swimmer.
Well, the 3 other police cars just wanted to see exactly what was going on with a naked woman in a pool.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. You call SWAT for that. Everybody needs to see what's going on there.
Yeah, if I'm within like a few miles of that, I'd be like radioing the other officer, be like, hey, don't go there yet. I want to come and see what's going on here too. Like, because it's nothing bad. Like, she's not. She's just stuck in a pool.
Here's the thing too. He did say we saw, so I think this goes completely different if it was just he saw.
Oh, so you think because he has a wife?
Yeah, so of course, as to what the wife's there, is going to go, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. This 42-year-old shapely woman in my pod. This is horrible, honey. Call the cops.
But I'm reading that apparently she's had like some issues in the past where like she's had drug issues with the cops and things along those lines.
Oh, now hold on a second, Steve. That is not true. She says those drugs were not hers. They were belonging to a friend of hers whose name was Crackhead Chris, who used to be an intern on our show. So I didn't know Chris was down in Florida now.
That was my first time. Like, who in the hell's nickname is Crackhead Chris? I'm like, wait a second. BJ once had a guy on his show named Crackhead Chris.
It's so true. That's my favorite part of the story.
Any relation.
Yeah. Well, Danny, I gave everybody really bad nicknames who were interns on this show. Except for some reason. Yeah, Rev and Vicky escaped that because Rev came with his own name. And, I mean, Vicky got a nice, she got a cute one at least.
Well, like, it was because that movie, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, had just come out, so that's what you just kept calling me.
And the nickname that you gave her on off the air was not allowed FCC-wise.
No. But it's,
or HR-wise, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's still in my phone, though. So whenever Vicky calls, instead, that nickname calls. Yeah, there you go.
Crackhead Chris. She actually said, hey, my friend Crackhead Chris.
They're his drugs.
Isn't that going to, you're kind of ratting out your friend right there.
Yeah.
With the cops. Like, can't you just say my friend Chris? Then you got to tell them what he does?
It's Crackhead Chris, so then you'll definitely know they're not mine because I don't have a nickname like that, right, officer?
Right. It wasn't Meth Head Matty. He's a good dude.
I'm just skinny dipping Suzanne. That's who I am. Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Again, Florida. Thank you so much for being one of our states. So this woman was caught skinny dipping in a guy's pool. Based on this, we want to know, what was the oddest thing to happen in your neighborhood? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What was the oddest thing to happen in your neighborhood? Your calls, your texts, after Cake on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A woman was caught skinny dipping in a guy's pool. Based on this, we want to know, what was the oddest thing to happen in your neighborhood? 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Let's go to AJ in Tenino. AJ, you are on The Rock.
Morning, BJ.
Morning, AJ. Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
Well, about 10 or 11 years ago, when I was dating my now wife, in the area where I live now, my grandparents saw on the news that there was a guy driving around in the area where I live now. He was driving around with a dead body as a passenger.
Oh, excuse me?
Wow.
Was it to get an HOV lane? Because I can respect that.
No, it was a 2-lane highway.
And how did they know it was a dead body?
The cops pulled him over.
Oh, okay. So there we go. The cops really, and did they find out why? Because it was, like Steve said, usually I get an HOV lane. Why is he driving around with a dead body on a 2-lane road?
He just was probably out here trying to find some place to dump it because I live in the middle of BFE.
Oh, damn. So this was some shady business going on.
Possibly.
Oh man, dude.
I'd say definitely.
Yeah. And you still live there, though, so you're feeling good about the community, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. I don't know.
Because it's kind of cleaned up a little bit.
It's kind of cleaned up. Now, what's it, only once a year a dead body guy drives around with it? Yeah, okay.
Maybe he was on a road trip and Aunt Edna died and he had to take him to Cousin Vinny's or whatever it was on vacation.
My cousin Vinny's. I think, boy, there's a couple movies you put together there, Danny.
Well, I'm not that great with movies.
Wow.
I don't even, what if the person died while you're in the car?
Oh, gosh.
I couldn't even imagine that.
Well, that only happened to me on a plane, where somebody, I think, died on a plane that I was on, but a car, ooh, that would be... Oh man! I mean, what do you do?
Well, I guess it depends on who it is. Like if it's like an Uber ride share, and there's like some random other person, I'd be like, can we drop him off somewhere? I'd be a little less.
I got to get going where I'm going. Sorry, I know he's dead, but please drop me off.
Drop me off first, and then you can handle this guy. I don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're the Uber driver. You got to handle things like this. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Joe in Seattle and Tacoma at the same time. Apparently, Joe, you're on the Rock.
Hey, BJ, good morning.
Good morning, Joe. So
hey.
I don't know how you pulled it off that you're in Seattle and Tacoma at the same time, but you know what? I'm proud of you.
I'm a driver.
Yeah, you
a
are.
truck driver.
Oh, you're the dead body guy. All right.
Anyway, hey, the coolest thing I ever seen was I appreciate BJ for the donation to my GoFundMe account for the apartment fire in SeaTac, and I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, are you? So you're the guy that the GoFundMe was for?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, I'm happy to help out. Are you commenting on the topic, or you just want to say thank you?
I just wanted to say thank you, and that was
all right.
Much appreciated. And cool.
Okay. Well, I'm very, very happy to help out. I hope you get yourself back on your feet soon, sir.
I appreciate it a ton, and have a good day.
All right, there you go, Joe. The Rev is out on vacation, and
legit, BJ. Right before we came back, I looked up to see how many phones we had, and I was like, I feel like we get more calls when Rev's not here. I wonder what's going on. Like, did Rev scare off people? And now I understand why.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to talk to Joey Dees, who's filling in. Did anyone ever decide to have did Rev bring him aside and go, I'm going on vacation, here's how to screen calls, or did Rev just leave and go, you're on your own?
Maybe he just said, F it, man. Whenever someone calls, just put them through. Doesn't matter. I mean, hey, that's cool. Like, look, that's really nice of that guy to call in. Like, not poo-pooing over that guy, obviously, but
no, I mean,
call down listeners on the loose or something. But
yeah, exactly.
We're doing a topic, and Joe's like, "You calling in?" Yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So my son, obviously, I don't know. When we go to those morning conventions, did they ever talk about phone screening? I mean, it seems like he has no idea how to do it.
He's doing just fine.
Is he though? It really? Is he though? All right.
Well, that was the coolest thing that happened in that guy's neighborhood. BJ donated to his GoFundMe.
Yeah, it was a heartwarming story.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's not the coolest thing. It's the oddest thing, Danny. That's the topic.
Oh, okay. The oddest. Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, we do have some text messages.
Okay, we should probably get to those. Okay. Unless you decided you want to read text messages that have nothing to do with the topic.
Yeah, this text says, did you see the new Dick's hockey jerseys with the Kraken colors?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
I agree.
Wow, that fits right in. Yeah, that's the oddest thing I've seen in my neighborhood.
So he said, right before my parents started to move us to Puyallup, we woke up to our dog barking in the middle of the night at our house in Federal Way, only to find that 4 SWAT officers had a man face down in our front yard, guns drawn, and helicopters circling overhead.
Whoa, okay.
And when I lived in Linwood, every once in a while there'd be a SWAT team. It wasn't like in our actual, like we were in like a little cul-de-sac spot, but like around the corner from us, like on the other side of the street. Like when you like leave to go wherever, every so often there'd be like a SWAT team. I'm like, what is going on? Like we were like surrounded by some shady stuff.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I had that happen when I lived in Greenwood here in Seattle. And Greenwood, for the most part, isn't that bad, but...
Home of the Wing Dome, baby.
Exactly.
Isn't that bad, but I guess it's a little bad.
Well, because like most of Greenwood, it's totally fine, but then you go kind of around the corner from where our house was, which was perfect view from our balcony, so we could sit there and watch this house, would constantly have police activity on one occasion. We did have like a full-on raid. I think there was a helicopter, but I think I had to leave for work, and I couldn't because... there was a raid going on. So I was late for work that day because this guy and most of his family was getting arrested. I don't know why. I never asked. I never went up to that neighbor and asked. So
I wish you would get like a little notice. Like, hey, just so you know, all that crazy stuff was going on. This is why.
Yeah, maybe like we should join a Facebook. We have the Facebook group if we live in these types of neighborhoods.
Probably what happens on the Nextdoor app.
Yeah, the Nextdoor app will tell you exactly what's going on, Vicky. If you're part of that, they'll tell you.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll tell you the dumbest ass too. So it's
you
got to kind of weed through the crap to get to the.
There was a kid on his bike near me, and he didn't have a helmet on.
Yeah.
Someone was like, this guy walking with a limp was in our neighborhood. We were a little concerned.
That is
and
the oddest
like,
thing.
That was the issue, was the guy walking with a limp?
Yeah.
Jeez, come
Somebody
on.
took a picture of my house. So should I call the police? It's like, what, people can't come by and take a picture of your home? I mean,
Well, it's kind of weird if someone's taking a picture of your house.
Well, some people like landscaping or coloring idea. I mean, there's a lot of things that people just do innocently, but we are so scared these days. It's like, I don't care if a person takes a picture of my house. Somebody casing my joint isn't going to stand out in front of my house and be right there where they can be seen. They're going to be a lot more sneaky about it. I feel like, something like that is probably just innocent.
Someone texted and said, Gary Ridgway lived 9 houses down the street from me, and I used to deliver papers to his doorstep. Never saw or heard anything, but it still kind of creeps me out.
Would you tell the paperboy to shut up? I'm not Gary Ridgway.
I see your daughter's in the room, BJ.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah.
I think we're the odd thing in the neighborhood, if you ask me, with Sarah.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally true nowadays. But this happened years ago when we lived in New York, and I will never forget it.
Oh.
I was going to the backyard, and our fence is like covered in blood, and same with like the concrete underneath. And I was like, oh, this is not right. And then I talked to my brother, and my brother actually was playing tag, I guess, with the neighbor. And we had one of those pointy fences, and the neighbor tried to hop the fence and got his neck caught in our fence.
It was a beating.
So it was his blood everywhere.
This kid would do, like, he was Mr. Danger Boy, and he was short. And it was like, dude, you cannot do this kind of stuff. And I remember I had to go over to the parents' house and go, I don't know how to tell you this, but your kid tried to jump over my fence and cut his throat. And he was not too far away from the jugular when he did this. Like,
no.
It was just like, I'm like, how do you cut your throat on my fence? The fence is like multiple times taller than you. Oh, yeah, I tried to acrobat over it. And he landed on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh my God.
He had so many stitches, but the scar was so cool looking. Like,
I was so mad at the parents.
The scar was so cool.
It was so cool. Like a few days later, or however long later, like at the bus stop, I remember being like, damn, that scar is going to be looking nice later in your years.
Oh, geez. Look at Sarah just getting all excited about the bad boys.
Yeah.
Hop my fence any day.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah. Well, that's lovely. Well, we have another lovely story. A popular band just shared a story about a time that they were told that they were not allowed to touch or acknowledge Prince at an award show. I'll tell you all about it at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.